Hello, welcome to Old Nerds Christmas Gifts, Christmas 2025 edition. I got some nerdy stuff for Christmas this year. And all this stuff was basically stuff that I asked for or submitted a list of things to my wife. Yeah, let's punch in a little bit and I'll go through them. So first, right here in the front, Space Battleship Yamato. This is a manga, of course. And this takes a little getting used to because manga you read backwards. So you open it this way, go through it backwards. But a couple years ago, I watched the old anime series, Captain Harlock Space Pirate. Really enjoyed it. And Space Battleship Yamato is another one I think that came out around the same time and is very well regarded. Since just outer space battles, I believe, basically, and drama of the people on aboard the ship. That's it right there. That's the Yamato. And I guess this is based on Japan's World War II battleship. They got sunk by the U.S. during World War II. I believe that's what this is based on. This spaceship is based on a World War II battleship, if I have my info correct. I haven't seen this yet, and I don't know if I'm excited to watch it or not, but I do want to see it. I've heard good and I've heard bad about it. But Walmart had kind of a deal on this. And I told my family that if you can find it cheap, I'll take that as a Christmas gift because I do want to watch it. So I got this Christmas morning, so hopefully I'll get to watch that pretty soon. Now the rest of these are all from Ollie's. My wife and I went Christmas shopping at Ollie's, and we were walking down the toy aisle, and a couple of things caught my eye. This is a Marvel the Black series that they do, and they're really nice. I have a couple other Black series figures. I have a really nice Cloud City Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader that are really super nice. But Jackson is he's a character from the Marvel comics from back in the 70s, early 80s. And I'm not sure if this is a new cartoon that this art is from. That's Lando right there, Emperor's Royal Guard. But other than that, I don't recognize any of these other people on this cover. But I thought Jackson was pretty neat. That's a good looking figure. I'm not big on toys. Once in a while, I'll pick one up if I find one for a good deal or if it looks cool to me. But this was neat. So I told my wife, hey, I'd take that. That's kind of cool. In these Black series figures, Lucasfilm 50th anniversary, they come in these nice boxes. So I said, yeah, I'll take one of them. So I knew what I was getting. Now, still at Ollie's, the first thing that I saw going down the toy aisle were these next things I'm going to show. These Dungeons and Dragons figures. These are from the 80s cartoon, Saturday morning cartoon, Dungeons and Dragons, which I loved when I was a kid. I have a pretty decent little DVD set that I got from Jonesy, actually. My good friend Jonesy had it, and he was moving, and I liberated it from his collection before he moved out of town a few years ago. But there were 3 figures there, and they were only $4. So I told my wife, hey, these are cool. I'll take these for sure. And there were these 3 figures there. Acrobat, Hank, what was his name? Cavalier? Was he called Cavalier? Archer? I can't remember. But there were, and I guess that's all there are these 3 figures, because on the back, all it shows are the ones that Ollie's had. So here's Barbarian and Uni. He was a little boy, and he got this little unicorn friend that showed up in the very first episode, I believe. But yeah, on the back, it just has like the figure that you have and the two others. So I believe I have all of them. I haven't done any research on it. But yeah, walking through Ollie's, spotted these. Love that series. And apparently a lot of people like the series because there's been a lot of popularity over well, in the nerd community anyway, popularity for the old Dungeons and Dragons cartoon. It only lasted like a season or two, and then it got taken off the air. It was made by Marvel Productions. Marvel Comics had a studio where they were making like Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, and that's where that cartoon came from. But it has pretty loyal fan base, and every once in a while something new and interesting comes out from that series, and apparently these toys did. So I'll have to do a little more research on them to figure out what's going on with that. But that was my Christmas morning this year in 2025. Anybody see anything cool? Anybody know anything about any of this stuff that I got that they can fill me in on? Give me some more info. Comment that stuff down below. If you like this kind of video, please subscribe. And if you would, give me a like, share it if you could. And I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.